Hello, this is Nathan Wood, pastor of North Dayton Baptist Church, and welcome to day 105 of the McShane Reading Plan. Glad that you could join us this evening. Today we are in Leviticus 19, Psalm 23 and 24, Ecclesiastes 2, and Paul's first letter to Timothy, chapter 4. Leviticus 19, verse 17 and 18 tells us not to hate our brother in our heart, to rebuke our neighbor and not suffer sin, not to avenge or bear grudge, and love our neighbor as ourself. I am the Lord, he says. Sounds like the teaching of Jesus. Remember, Jesus wrote the law of Moses. So when they accused him of blasphemy and of doing his miracles in the power of Beelzebub or Satan, they were themselves committing blasphemy. These are truths that Jesus was simply taking out of the law and reminding them of them. Remember that Paul tells Timothy in verse 1 and 2 of chapter 4 of 1 Timothy, "Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron." The latter times began with Jesus' first coming and will end with his second coming. But notice here, hypocrisy. What higher hypocrisy than calling Jesus the devil while you yourself are committing iniquity and teaching lies and leading people astray and seeking your own glory in the name of God's worship and glory? Blasphemy themselves. And notice that their conscience is being seared with a hot iron. It's like a wound being cauterized. They're not being convicted. They're becoming angry, and instead of owning up to the things that are moving against their conscience, they decide to lash out against Jesus to the point that they seek his very death. We need to make sure that we don't kick against the pricks like Paul did. Also, David has a couple of psalms for us. One of them is the most famous, Psalm 23, which ends, "Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." The Lord is our good shepherd. He leads us. And when we go astray, when we as believers may go to the right hand or to the left, his mercy and goodness pursues us relentlessly. That's what the word follow here means. And notice, "I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." He's going to prepare a place for us to receive us unto himself. And that ties in with Psalm 24. The house belongs to the good shepherd, yes, but it belongs to the King of glory. He wants us to lift up the gates of our heart, and he wants Jerusalem to lift up her gates for him when he returns. And he will return to rule and reign. But today, does he rule and reign in your heart? It's my prayer that he does. We love you. Have a good evening.